And we're live! Back from a Friday. We had last week off, and I know Beach was loving last week's show. Tough fucking shit. We're having another week. We're having a show this week. So yeah, we didn't have a show last week. Had a little family time yet last week. So we're back to this week. So we got a little catching up to do on some of the topics that may have been covered over the last 2 weeks. So if you've not watched the show before, we're going to try to give you information about cord cutting, how to save money, places where some prices might be going up that you might want to watch some certain things. So got my panel here. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So how is everybody on the panel today?
Good. Tired. Good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting here. I got 4 games going and bare knuckles on my other screen. So let's make this show snappy. I got other crap to do. All right, to make it quick, I give the movie a pass. Let's go.
Yeah. So believe me, I am chomping at the bit to watch back to the NCAA tournament because I had the 4 screens going last night, and yeah, I got my brackets going, and I'm doing decent on my brackets. So I'm chomping to get back to there too. So, excuse me. So, we'll jump on to this, and we'll jump on some more topics again. The second half of the show, we will cover the movie review, The Color Purple, the 2023 version, which is the musical. So yeah, we'll get to that in the second hour of the show. We don't want no spoilers on what we all may be thinking of that show or that movie. So let's go ahead and get cranking. You guys okay with that? We ready to get started?
Yeah.
So feel free, folks, to post questions, and Aubyns will peg them over here for me and tell me to. Dabs, you got questions you haven't answered because you won't take a breath. So, my favorite topic, the big old K app. Cap came out with version Cap 21 release client 2 dropped just a couple days ago, maybe, and it surprised me. And I don't know about you guys, I was shocked. 2 weeks after release client 1, release client 2 comes out. So
it's all written by AI, so that's why they're able to get.
Yeah, it's interesting. It shocks me that it came so quick, so it makes me wonder. And I don't see that many changes that are they're more under the hood things than things that we may notice.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, it said 3 days ago, Kodi, the team, has not revealed the list of changes between release client 1 and release client 2. So for folks, some people may say release client, what's that mean? So how they do it is they will first come out with a version. So they came out version 21 as an alpha, meaning very rough draft. So it was alpha, and it was alpha for a while there. Then beta comes out, and they'll release a beta version. And then that goes out for months. And then once they release a number of betas, I think we got 2 betas, then they go to release client, which means they've got it as close as they think they can get it. And they're just finishing up, because what they'll do is release it out there and find out what bugs are out there. And then they will.
Isn't it candidate or is it?
Release candidate. You're right. Release candidate. My bad.
All right. It's okay.
So, yeah, the release candidate. So that once they get a few versions of the release candidate, then they will release it, the full version. Usually we see 2 to 4 release candidates before they go to a full version, which this means that it goes out to the Play Store and all this stuff, because this is not in the Play Store. So, I mean, what are you guys thinking? I mean, with them pumping this, do you think the official version is far behind?
Well,
No.
I think that it's not that it's far behind, that they need to get more people to give some more input on this. I don't think that they're getting the input that they're normally used to getting. And I don't know if that's because now since when we made the jump from 19 to 20, I haven't seen that many issues. You know, that might be part of the reason why they jump so quick.
And any of us that's been in doing this a while, we know that the official version, the 0.0, will be full of bugs. It will have bugs.
That's exactly why I just posted in the side chat because Red was talking about, and I checked it out. I won't upgrade till like 21.2. I always wait because there's always an issue with the initial release. So that's just the way I am. I'm on 20.3. It's working fine. I have no problems. So I'm not any rush. Don't care. I'll update it when I feel that it's stable and I see people aren't having issues.
I never open that app anymore, so I could.
I open it every day. I mean, that's my. And I know Aubyns. I know you don't use it.
No, I tried. But
you didn't try hard enough. You did not. Try hard.
I listen. It needs to be able to handle my stuff for me. Okay, the day it's okay for me to use it, and it's not an issue for it to create lists of that are going to be in the app for me. Then I would use it. But other than that, it's just not worth it to me.
I use it when I want to watch something in 4K.
Yeah,
that's primarily when I use it.
My Emby has 4K.
But there's also I have problems with it. Like I've told you in the past that every once in a while, the Emby search is 50-50. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. So I just I go to Kodi, tried and true, pop in, open up Fanlight, put in what I want to do, start doing plays,
and you don't have to. Again, if you're a person that has servers and you are a collector of content, and sure, Embys or Plexes, all those work great. But for me, I don't do that no more. I don't have interest in collecting or storing content like I used to. I used to, get content and filling up hard drives. I don't do that no more. You know what? It's easier for me just to click it. I don't have to worry about a hard drive or what version I have. I just click on what I'm wanting to watch, and it does its scraping, and it pulls what I need. I will say I'm still using 21 beta 2. So I'm not using the release clients. I'm actually using the beta 2 because beta 3 release candidate 1 and release candidate 2 will need skin updates for most skins to work. Now, if you're using, as Roger always says, if you're using the default skin, that's fine. If you're using any of those,
hello,
you there?
Gabs?
Yeah.
Did I lose me?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, damn.
No. Okay. I never lost you.
No, you're muted. Now you're muted, Todd.
Oh.
Still muted.
Is he muted?
Yeah.
Now I hear you. There you go.
Fine.
It must be this wire. I think I tapped the wire with my foot.
Okay.
So if you're using any of the some of the other skins that have not updated to work with 21, you could have some issues. Now, it is a very simple fix for somebody that knows what they're doing, can go into the add-on XML, make a small change. That's fine. But not everybody can do that. So if you're using some of the third-party skins, you may run into some issues if you're using one of these release clients. So if you install it and all of a sudden it kicks you back to Estuary, the default skin, that means the skin that you were using was not 21 ready. So that's a small caveat. It won't be a big problem for once 21 is released. and all of the builders and everybody fixes the problem real quick, then you'll be good. You'll be fine. But then there'll be that initial, hey, I'm using this build and it updated to 21, and now all of a sudden I lost my build, which you didn't lose your build, you just lost the skin, and all the add-ons are still there. So that's going to be a small hiccup, I think, when 21 hits the Play stores, because we're going to see the same thing, people saying it's broke. Instead of saying skin don't work, they're going to say, oh, it's broke. So just keep that in mind.
Right.
One thing. Go ahead.
Flex. I just want to say flex. Bonfire Rob there needs to take a drink.
Yeah.
Stay there, Rob. There you go. Flex.
All right, I got my drink. The other thing that is K-app related, and that is DudeStream has gotten a it's possibly they're being watched by the Motion Picture Association, and there is some groundwork that's going towards to try to take that site down. That will impact quite a few add-ons that do use that as a storage locker. And so most people wouldn't know that the particular add-on that they're using is using DudeStream until DudeStream is gone, and then all of a sudden all the one-clicks are gone. But there is a number of add-ons that use this particular website for one-clicks. So be it Debrid-linked one-clicks or free link one-clicks. We will see when this site is taken down, which, to be honest, it will. Once you're in the sites of the Motion Picture Association, you're going to go down. So at some point, that site will be taken offline. And when that does happen, we can expect to see some add-ons lose their one-click section. So not the end of the world. I mean, it's not a good thing that one of these storage lockers are shut down, because it has long-reaching ramifications, but it's inevitable at this point. Once they start and they get a name of who they want to go after, it's just a matter of time before all the dominoes fall. And so that will be a little bit of a hiccup for some of our add-ons, especially, like I said, the one-clicks. I know several add-ons that are using this particular, like you could see the links.
Hey, Dabs, is DoomStream similar to Cloudflare?
No. Cloudflare is what's it, Roger? That's that basically stores like the website, the interface, if I'm not mistaken. DudeStream actually has the content.
Right.
Okay.
They store the video content there. Cloudflare is it's like your routing
front end. Yeah, like a routing front end.
Yeah. So it's kind of like what you see when you go to the website kind of stuff. It holds that type of information, so that some websites that get lots of traffic need Cloudflare to handle that heavy traffic that's up and down. But the actual content is on DudeStream. And then we had that, what was that? OpenLoad. You remember OpenLoad?
Yeah.
What was that? Streamago?
Streammango. Yeah.
That was another one that was gone. I mean, we could probably go on. Ice Films. I mean, all those were storages. That was websites that actually stored the content that people uploaded. Because what you do on these types of sites, you get an account and you're able to store your video content on the website, and it gives you a URL that you're able to use if you want to share that with your friends and family. But people with add-ons will do this, and then they just use that link in an add-on to redirect you to that particular file. So when that goes, like I said, there's others, but the number is getting smaller, to be honest. And that's when we run into people saying, it used to all be free. I used to be able to watch everything for free. We had so many storage lockers in the past that we don't have those now. So the supply and demand, the supply of these storage lockers is getting smaller and smaller, but the demand is actually increased. So it's, simple math on how that works. And that's why people say, I should all be free and I should be able to watch it. I used to be able to do it years ago. Well, look through the news articles about how many of these websites are gone, and you'll understand why you're not able to get the free links or the quality and the quantities that you used to be able to get.
Cord cutting does not mean free.
No, it used to. I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It did
used to
at one
be.
point. At one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, we used to be able to do everything for free, and truly did. Back, what was that? The K app, 14, 15?
Yeah.
14.
Exodus
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
Yep.
So you
I mean,
think?
hey, the IPTV was free.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. That was, and there is now. All right. So, and I know we got Donald in here, and again, Donald is a guy that he can scour some. He scours. So there are free things out
Right.
there.
You can get them, but they're not as organized.
Yeah, and
And
not
it's
as
gonna-
easy.
You got to search for it. It takes time to find
Yeah.
that. And you're going to either pay in time or you're going to pay in money.
100%.
And with the time, you got to have the knowledge as well, because just looking, you're not going to find it. You got to know where to look.
Yeah. Hey, just typing it in Google.
Ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work anymore.
No. That just don't work. So, to me, it's kind of when I saw this headline today, I was like, because I'm like, these stream down, and because I know a lot of people love the one clicks. It's convenient. So, that's on the horizon, folks. So if you're a person that's watching
Like,
these, some of
you
these
like one click, she gets reeled in bread and sets the autoplay
Yeah.
in your app, and there you go.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
your one click.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
you're
it's
100%.
$40 a year.
$40 a year, unless you're in Canada, which it's $100 a year. No,
No.
no, but it's probably closer to 55 or so.
No, it's 46.
46. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So the other thing, which I thought, not that I don't even know if anybody that watches this show even has a Roku.
I know. I hope they don't, but I've been finding more and more people out there who want to cut the cord. What the problem is? A lot of them have the Roku TVs.
Yeah.
Yes.
They went out and got a big screen TV, and it was
Got
one of those Roku ones.
They're just as
And-
worthless as the Fire TVs.
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I mean, I play around with stuff, and I've told this story before. Couple Black Fridays ago, they had Roku sticks, for like $19. I'm like, I'm gonna go get a couple. I want to play around with them because I found there's basically smarters you could put on there, get IPTV and some other stuff. Oh my god, I was having first gen Fire Stick flashbacks. How slow they were.
Mm-hmm.
And all the hoops I had to go to get smarters to work on a Roku and how it looked. My God, I spent a half hour getting it to work on there. And once I got it working, I unplugged that Roku, I shoved them, and I've got 2 brand new Rokus underneath my freaking sofa there, still in the box, because the only thing I'll use them is a door stop to prop the door open or
I
just
won't
throw
help.
them at somebody.
I won't
My
help anybody
God.
with Rokus. I tell them to go buy a Fire Stick or an on box. and
Yeah.
get that
If
one.
you have somebody you really don't like, give them a Roku.
Yeah, give them a Roku. That's absolutely right.
Yeah, they're again. I see those being used by people that simple. And there are simple. They work simple, and you can install stuff and it works. But I borrowed one, or someone brought me one years and years ago, and I mess with it. And I'm like, the beach. I swear to you, after about 30 minutes, I'm like, you throw this away. It's over.
It's like when you go to somebody's house and they got it, and you're trying to change the channel to watch something, and it's just like, why? And I look at them and why did you buy this?
Or they
Oh.
tell you, "Hey, I'm a cord cutter too. Look at I
Yeah,
got my
look, I
my
got
Roku. I've got
yeah,
that." I'm like,
and I got
"Whoa."
Disney Plus. I got,
Yeah.
I got Hulu over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
my
I got
God.
Paramount Plus. I
Yeah.
got Stars. I'm like,
Oh,
all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
friends don't
so,
let friends buy Rokus.
so the sad thing about all this is 15,000 accounts been hacked, and when we say accounts get hacked, we see that all the time. But what was an issue here is the saved credit card names or numbers were also stolen. And it's been shown that some of these credit card numbers have been used. So if you're one of the people that may have had a Roku account and you had your credit card information on their website because you got to enter that information when you so that you can buy and rent movies or apps or their programs. You definitely want to take a look in your credit card statement, change your numbers, do whatever you need to do, change some stuff because it's been shown or people have been hit with large purchases on those credit cards that were on file on that account. So,
right. And if you just want to make a Roku account up to a fake email address and they still require credit card, just Google Visa card generator.
yeah, good point.
And enter, just put, because I've done that with the fake Amazon accounts I had to make up before, where I just go in there and use a Visa card generator, where it will just generate a Visa card number you can put in there, because they don't ever check them. They just need a card.
about the number.
Yeah. So I mean, there are certain things that will check for your account, but yeah, like you're saying, just to put that information in and move past that screen, there is websites that you can go to get that information.
Right. If they're just checking that the credit card number meets the issuing bank's logarithm, you're
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
If they go to actually put a transaction on it, you're not fine.
Yeah. So yeah, if they're not checking it, you're going to get whipped. So that is a good rule or an idea to come up with if you're having to put in some credit card information. If it's something that's just you're not planning on holding your number, go to some of these generator sites and to do it. I'm not going to say which. Just use pop-up blockers on a lot of these websites because I don't use these websites on a regular. I can't verify or say how good some of these websites are. Keeping your content safe. Since we've talked, the last weeks ago I was talking about emulation and my new PC that I got, that little mini PC that I bought, and I've gotten into playing with emulators again. I used to do it a lot on my NVIDIA Shields and do that kind of stuff, but now I'm actually doing PC emulation. What's it? How do you say this? Yuzu?
I think that's how you say it, Todd.
Yuzu.
So Yuzu got a DMAC takedown to basically got sued. I shouldn't say a takedown. They actually got sued and was found, I think it was like $2.3 million fine for emulating the Switch. So as we know with how forking happens, as soon as Yuzu was taken down, the same day, Suyu came out with a new emulator. Basically, it's a clone of the Yuzu emulator. So they came out with this. What they did add to this was they had some wording saying we don't encourage piracy, this and that, and they removed the keys, the user keys that the Yuzu did allow user keys to be added into their emulator, which that's kind of what they got caught on. They got caught on that, and they also got caught on they had a paid version. So they were actually making money on the Switch emulating. So it makes me wonder. So we have this with Nintendo is very aggressive on takedowns. I actually got my first strike ever on YouTube off of Nintendo. Back when I did a video on Retro X, when it was Retro Bot, it was like, was it Retro X back then?
Were they bot? Were they the same?
It was
Retro bot?
I think it was
Retro
Retro
Arch?
Box. No, it was Retro Box. I think is what it's the same thing as Retro X, but he changed the name. But it was the first video I did on any arcade stuff, and I showed people how to get a ROM, add it to the emulator, and then have it play. Didn't think nothing about it. The video was up for about a week, and all of a sudden I got a letter from or a notice email from YouTube saying Nintendo did not like that I showed someone how to get Super Mario Brothers, how to get the ROM, and then add it to an emulator. And I got my first strike ever, and that's where I went down a bad road. So I got my first strike from them, and you're talking. This was a Super Nintendo game, like. Not even not a brand new one.
They're fierce on their copyright protection.
Yeah.
Fierce. I don't know of anyone worse than them, honestly.
But my thinking, so we have this, and there is a lot of people are unsure in the emulation world. Do we see a big problem? Because emulation has really blossomed over the last couple of years. I mean, you can go to some forums and Reddit. It is all over the place. Are we going to see a slowdown or a lockdown on people? Because you can get Xbox emulators. I mean, you name the system, and there's an emulator probably out there for it.
Yep.
So, do you guys think that we're going to see emulation slowing down, or
it depends if the the other carriers say something about it. You know that they're dealing with it now, but have they been saying much? I'm not like in any, Xbox forums or anything like that where these guys would be looking to say, hey, what the hell's going on?
I'm not involved enough to know either, but I assume that if they keep pushing on it, it'll just get more and more into the black recesses of the web. It'll just be harder and harder to find, and you're going to have skills to find it.
Yeah, like how it was.
Yeah,
how it used to be.
Yeah,
because if you follow, I don't know, you guys don't. I have a number of people that I follow on YouTube that are showing full builds, and we think about the K app. You can't even do a video on a build anymore, right? Because it's taken down usually pretty quick. But look up emulation, look up some of these guys that are doing video after video. Drew Talks, he does videos almost every week about here's a 4 terabyte drive I just got from China, plug it into a PC. Here is 50,000 games all the way up to PS3.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And now that you say that, if you go on AliExpress, there's no shortage of pre-made emulators that you can buy preloaded with 2 terabytes, 4 terabytes of ROMs. So
and those all have front ends. I mean, those are
they're ready to go.
That's the whole key.
You've got the front end, and there's guys doing videos on that. And again, you can do a search for emulation and find tons and tons of videos on that. So it does make me want. I think that maybe we're getting where the K app was 4 or 5 years ago, where they cracked down on that. And before long, YouTube is basically going to say, you know what, we're not allowing these videos anymore.
Eventually, I mean, first they cracked down on IPTV, then the Kodi. So it's coming.
But they won't shut down those sellers on AliExpress because
exactly
China don't care.
They got a China wall.
China wall.
It's not a paywall. It's on the China wall. It's on the other side of the China wall. You ain't gonna do nothing with it. And it is amazing. I almost have bought a couple of those because there was one day I saw there was a guy I can't remember. It wasn't Drew. Somebody else did the video, and it was like 4 terabytes, and it had thousands and thousands. And I don't mean the low end games, which I got those. I mean the lower end games, but I'm talking PS2, PS3, the Switch, GameCube, and it would be like hundreds and hundreds of them in each of the categories.
Yeah.
And as long as you have it now with those, you do need to have a decent computer. You can't run this off of some old Dell that you bought 10 years ago.
Right.
You got to have a good graphics card, good processor. But if you had those, plug it in, boom, you're playing up to PS3. And I don't remember PS4, but PS3 definitely remember seeing that. And Switch was always in there. But I think with Nintendo, you think about they're still making money on the Switch, right? They're still selling the content. So I think that when they saw this happening, they had to think, how many, what did this, let's see, what's this, this small Reddit thread, 90,000 members on this one Reddit thread. So if you got 90,000 on this one, when you think about the large scheme, large picture, Nintendo probably said, how much are we getting hit for this? Because just like with movies, the Switch game comes out, that ROM is out on the web relatively soon. You would see it out there, only thing that would hold you back is the ROM start at like 30 gigs for one. And I would see some, they're like, 80 gigs for one game. So you do need to be able to download it and have the storage and the hard drives. So, it just makes me wonder where this is. Are we going to see a major crackdown? I know definitely Nintendo is, but.
Well, everyone has to remember to hurry up and get your stuff now.
Yeah, get those ROMs. Get those ROMs while you can find them.
ROMs while you can.
Yeah, I think you protect your neck if you want the ROMs, and they are still.
There's a lot of them out there.
There's been a number of sites. Think about it. There's been over the last year 2 or 3 large ROM sites have been taken down and fined. I mean, they were hit for millions of dollars.
Yeah. As long as you have the ROM and you have the emulation software.
You're set.
You're set. They can't break it once you have it.
Right.
In the policy, what it is you're allowed to have a ROM of any game that you physically have bought. So I was a Nintendo Genesis fanatic. So I have a lot of those games. So I can have a digital copy of something that I actually have bought. So if you have a Super Mario Nintendo cartridge that you bought, you're allowed to have the Super Mario digital ROM. And that's the rule on that kind of stuff. So as long as you own any of those games, you're allowed to have the ROMs. So public safety announcement. FCC's increasing. Now, is this behind the times, bros? They've went up to 100. Now they're going to call high speed. You actually have to have 100 megabytes down. So, because it used to say, I want to say they said that it was 20 down, 25.
Yeah.
It used to be 25. They called that high speed.
And what? 25 and 10 was it?
3.
3?
Yeah, 3.
25 and 3. So FCC's pushing, says, hey, you can't call it high speed anymore unless it's 100 down and 20 up. Which the 20 up, there's not a lot of high speed internets that were offering 20 up.
No,
it's always 10 or 13.
Yeah.
Well, I was told that what I had was 10 megabits down and 0.9 up, and they said it was high speed.
Well,
I get faster off my phone,
It was okay. What they didn't read the fine print, Eddie, it was high speed in 1997.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're looking at the FCC is going to start to push this through. So we probably going to start to really see some increased speeds for that carriers doing. And we talked about that, I think, last week, that a number of carriers have been voluntarily increasing the speed for customers. So that is it's a good thing. Let's see.
I wish they would all just go asymmetrical. I wish that was the law that they had. If you give them if you give them 100 up or 100 down, you got to give them 100 up. Make everything asymmetrical.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah, no, you do. But see, the thing, all right. So Aubyns in New York City.
Yeah.
He's got more options than he knows what to do with. I was looking.
No, I'm still waiting for that. They got the, what it was, an eight
Google Fiber.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Hey, all right. So, but for normal people, he has more options. I mean, what are you, 1,000 down?
Yeah, 1,000 up and down.
Right.
Well, it's actually 1,500 up and down.
So, I mean, but all right. So I was looking. My dad lives in Michigan. I was actually looking for his internet options because he's getting rooked by Xfinity. They just increased his bill by $50 and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna look to see what other providers that you have in your area, and they don't. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't live like in the sticks.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't live in downtown, but he lives in a neighborhood. I mean, houses up and down the street, an established neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he's got Xfinity is his one option. And
no T-Mobile or any of those wireless providers?
I didn't see that. But I didn't look at the wireless providers because he was he's an older person that he is not. I'm not going to be able to get him to sign up for it.
What is it with the rest of your family? Didn't they just notice what you did all your life?
I tried.
I don't get it.
I tried.
None of my relatives are tech savvy either. My brothers and sisters.
I'm telling you, all right, you would think that my family would have the top of the line of all of it. My family, I fight tooth and nail. My daughter was here. She's like, "Oh, this is so neat. You can watch all these shows and TV." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, you grew up in the house with me. What do you mean? She's like, "Oh, we just paid the cable bill."
Oh my God!
Like, all right. So you can take a horse to water.
That's right.
Make him drink.
All we can do. It's all we can do.
Make him drink.
Yeah, so it is neat. I'm happy to see that they are the FCC saying, "Hey, let's at least be 100," because like in Eddie's case, when cable company saying we're giving you high speed and you got 13 down or whatever your number was, which was ridiculous. That's not high speed. Sorry. Maybe in 1986 that was high speed.
Yeah, but wait a minute. They wanted to boost me up to 25, but by satellite. I don't want to go satellite.
Yeah, with a heavy freaking tax on how much data you can use.
Yeah, we see that a lot here with with Bell. I see the people with the little dishes on the side of their houses. Like hail to the no. And it's so funny when we were looking at houses. That was one of the requirements. We were like, "All right, look at this. This is nice.
It's important.
What's your internet here?"
Yep.
We would look. This no lie. We looked at one house and we were like, "Oh, we like this house." And then Blue started looking up the internet and found out it was only Bell, and that was satellite. I'm like, nah, I don't care how nice it is. I'm not moving there. But it's what's priorities to you. So,
but you got to remember, like, what was it, a couple of years ago? That one guy, I think he was in California somewhere, and he had no internet really where he was, and he created his own knock. You know what I mean? And now all of the neighbors are buying it from him.
There's a guy in Michigan that did that.
Yeah,
there was a guy in Michigan created his own high speed internet company. It is possible, and he did it. It was been about a year or two ago. I watched, and it was an article talking about some of the how some of the cable companies have been working against him to try to basically run him out. They were, so there was, I can't remember the whole story. It's been a couple years back when I watched it, but it was it was how he created. He created for him and his neighborhood. He's like,
Yeah, right. That's
I'm
got
gonna
to
do
be the
this.
guy then. Yeah.
And did it, and then all of a sudden now the cable companies were like starting to come after him with taxes and fees and all these extra shit they were trying to basically just to run him out. Yeah, so it's let's see, what did Nook say down here? I think we live in our little world in this group here and forget that pretty much everyone else isn't in the know.
Yeah.
No, my day is, I'm daily reminded I live in a world of untech savvy people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hold a lot of hands.
I can show you the text messages.
I hold a lot of untech savvy hands in my day-to-day dealings as well.
Well, I sometimes I don't mind holding the hand.
I charge.
It
I don't do that shit for free.
yeah, that's right. I forgot who I was talking to. But at least it's good when you have the ones that do truly want to be able to say, you know what, I really do want to cut this cord. I don't want to watch commercials anymore. I'm done with all that. Just, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I'm down for that. And then if you want to call me with a problem with that, I have no problem with it. Because you're willing to do the work. That's what it all comes down to. Yeah,
this hobby takes
work. It takes work.
This hobby takes it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's work and time. Yeah. Unless you want someone to really hold your hand, like Roger says, it's just going to cost you. Yeah, I'll hold your hand all day long. It's going to cost you every time I have to come over and fix some shit. And but again, even if people pay, what they get for what they pay is going to come out way ahead. I mean, so I ain't trying to knock on Roger, but I know that Roger is like, he's like, I help a lot of people, and
he does.
But you know what? He's not doing it. He's like, I ain't gonna do this shit for free. Right. I mean, and there's nothing against that, because if someone's if I ask somebody to come work on my car out here, said, hey, my car's making a sound, will you come out here and work on it? Ain't a single soul mechanic gonna come over here and work on my damn car for free.
Yes, they would, from West Virginia.
No.
Well, hey, there's always a fair trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A
little bit of a trade.
Yeah, I worked on a lot of cars where I never got paid money.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a barter system. So still a bartering system. So you still work it out. Hey, we'll run through some of these other topics because we're going to be getting short on time. I know that you guys we got games. Tubi TV, Pluto TV, all these things are really starting to grow. And a lot of these are those ad-based programs that it's shocking to us that people are okay to be able to watch the free content, but they're willing to have to watch the ads. And I mean, anybody that's had Pluto TV or Tubi, you're going to have ads in there. But the increasing numbers of people that are going to these sites or these services to be able to watch content is growing pretty quick. And I want to say in here, I want to say that it said, so Tubi, just last month, Tubi went up 1.7%. Roku channel went up.
And they just added another 5 channels. And they added a CBS station.
But it's not sometimes people say, "Oh, I got CBS because I got that."
No, it's not.
It's not the food.
Yeah, it's not the full. It's just like a news one, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
And so it is neat. I am interested. I just see that more and more people are okay with that. Even the ad-based services, your ad-based Netflix, your ad-supported Disney, all those are doing well.
Is the ad Netflix really worth it? I just could. I was over at my friend's house.
Message Blue. She's still paying for it.
I was over at my friend's house and I'm watching something on Netflix, and here comes a commercial, and I said I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off. I said, I'll sit here and look at my phone instead. Okay, because it's Netflix. I'm so mad at them for going this route. of all people, they should have been the ones to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to go that route. Because if they would have done it, people still would have paid for it, and not have to deal with the ads. That was their whole thing from the get-go.
Yeah.
No ads. Why do this to people?
Look at their numbers. We talked about it a few
Yeah, I
weeks
know
ago.
we talked about the numbers,
Because
but those
bandwidth
numbers.
isn't free. Is why they have to put the ads on there.
Yeah, bandwidth isn't free, but you know what? That if everyone still had to pay more for the subscription, they would have, knowing that they're not going to have to look at the commercial. Because trust me, people, it's not just us in this community that sit there and say, I don't want to look at these ads. Because you still got a lot of people who look at YouTube and get so mad at the ads that they don't want to watch it.
Smart tube.
Yeah, well, I know that, but there are people that are don't want to see ads. If you just would have left it alone and say, I'm not going to have any ads, be the only one out there without ads.
Well, everyone followed their
followed
lead
them, right. So now go back. Now you can go back.
And the genie, you're not sticking the genie back in the bottle on that.
Oh, well, I know.
Because we just talked about it 3 weeks ago about the record revenues that Netflix has pulled in since they've cracked down on password sharing and ad supported. It's showing that they can make money that way, and people will tolerate it.
Yeah,
people will tolerate it. And
I
not
think
you or not me.
Yeah.
But and I think someone said we don't realize we're in a small community of what we see. So our perspective is so skewed compared to when you talk to other people. I want to say normal people or people not privy to this.
Yeah. I mean that's true. It's like when I go up north, I always take my shield with me. I plug it in. I'm good to go. And and they'll be like, well, there's the remote for the TV. If you want to watch I'm like,
what?
I'm good. All I need is an outlet and an HDMI cable. I'm good to go.
Yep.
What's your Wi-Fi password?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I have that memorized. So yeah, that's all I do. I just take. But that's I go up there and I show them. I'm like, look, you can do this and and I just see, oh look, all these pages. Oh look, all the paid premium channels. Oh, you have Disney Plus. Oh, you have Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're I'm like, what the hell? I cannot believe.
Living in a trailer on the side of a mountain, but they're paying for Netflix, they're paying for Max, they got premium, they got Paramount Plus, they got
and Apple TV.
That's my brother and sister. I've tried and tried and tried. So
and back to horse and water, bro.
Yep.
All right. So I thought this is it. Roger, you posted this article.
Yeah.
About NVIDIA, and we keep.
Yeah.
I've had an NVIDIA Shield since 2005 or 2015. I've had 4 NVIDIA Shields. I've moved along, and I'm up. I got the 2019. And a lot of in our rooms is when is the new NVIDIA Shield coming out? Because it's been 5 years since the last one.
Yeah, 2019 was the last one.
2019 was last.
Yeah. So
that was the last one. There will be another one, by the way.
Yeah. And what Roger seems to be a pretty strong belief that NVIDIA is not going to invest. He
yelled at me when I put this up.
Is not going to invest in new technology. So
there's no way they're going to step over dollars to pick up pennies. That's just, it's just not going to happen.
Unless they want it all.
No. There's only so much fab space available to make the chips.
I mean, we've talked about AI. NVIDIA, who's leading AI?
NVIDIA.
Now, who's leading now? Robot chip technology.
NVIDIA. This is what they do. They don't make $200 set-top boxes. They make $20,000 robot chips.
Yeah.
And that was when I was reading this article. $20,000 chips.
Yep.
It was 20 grand, 20 to 30, 20. No, I'm sorry. $30 to $40,000 chip.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. $30 to $40,000 for a chip.
So now let me ask you, are they going to make $30 or $40,000 chips, or are they going to make $200 chips? Because there's only a finite amount of space that they can use to make chips.
Yeah.
That's a finite resource.
That's why we needed to start making them here.
Yeah, that takes 5 years. That takes 5 years to bring a plant online.
Well, I hope on the robots, I hope they put the freaking USB ports far enough apart that you can plug in two cables. You know, Jesus Christ, that just irks my ass. Freaking Shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is why there's never going to be a new Shield.
And I think you're right, because between so we're not even just the chip part, their video card, which
they ain't gonna make those anymore either.
They're still processing, they're still creating those.
Yeah, so, but they're not gonna make entry level anymore. They're gonna make the high end stuff. The entry level stuff's gonna be made by AMD and maybe another third.
Yeah.
Intel's going to start making some entry level stuff. NVIDIA is not going to piss with a $600 video card. They're not.
Yeah, and you got a good. That's a very valid point.
Yeah,
and so I 100% believe that you probably hit on something there. It's sad as I think, because I love my NVIDIA Shield, and
so do I.
I've always been
a
NVIDIA Shield. But now that once I got that new computer downstairs, I'm telling you, my NVIDIA Shield, I'm like, yeah, that computer cost me $150 US.
Right.
And I got 512 gigs of RAM or storage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to use I got to use one of these.
Yeah. Well,
I got to use one of those. Yes, I have to use it so I can use mouse and a keyboard to open what I want. But once I open the K app or even IPTV or whatever I'm using, I have to use this.
Then you can use your remote.
And then I'm using the remote part of it to stop and pause. So I think you're on to something, Roger. I think.
I wish I had $1 for every argument I've been in on Reddit about this particular fucking subject.
It's coming.
There's so many people that are NVIDIA Shield fanboys out there, and when I say there's never going to be another video or NVIDIA Shield, LOL. The downvote,
it's on.
Downvote.
It's on.
Well, okay, he has been wrong about other things that he said.
Yeah, I have.
That would never
This one
happen.
I'm not. This one I'm not though.
Because I remember a certain someone. They will never release the Flash. It's never going to happen.
Never gonna happen.
They wish they never released it because it tanked the freaking series.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
They would have been better off shoving that piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hit
Maybe they should have made it into a musical.
They should have. I wouldn't have hated it any less.
I'll hit on these couple other topics before, because I know that we've got everything else going on today. So I don't want Beach cussing me out and throwing me the virtual finger.
We didn't see Andrew yet. Go out there.
So he's got the link. So we talked about this probably a couple months back, that there is a merger between Fox, Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, trying to come together with a sports app that's going to just be towards sports people. There was no discussion about exactly a price, but we're looking at that $40 to $50 a month price point is what they're thinking it's going to be. Now, this has not been flushed out yet. This has not been set, because the NFL is raising holy hell about this.
Oh yeah.
In the other major leagues are having a fit because of contracts and what they've said. Hey, what's happened? We've signed these contracts, and now all of a sudden you're going to create this other application and a merger. So I guess I think this was 2025, if I'm not mistaken, is when they said that it's going to launch.
It's gonna launch.
So it's next year. Hold on a second. It is reported the new streaming service will launch late summer. Well, we'll see how that plays out.
No, that'll be next year.
So again, all right, let me blow this up. Listed channels, the ESPNs, the ACC network, all your ESPNs, ABC, Fox, all your Fox Sports stations, Big Ten Network, TNT, TBS, True Network, so that's all your Turner Broadcasting channels, and a list of. So they must have worked out because I know the NFL was having a fit. Now it has the NFL in here, so they're looking this to be a sports
all in one.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping for.
Yep.
We're gonna see what happens with this, but I think that there will be a shit ton of people will sign up for that.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
It'll make it so much easier for the IPTV suppliers to get all the sports because it's all in one spot now. It's just easier to pirate, so I'm all for it.
That's not going to happen. We don't condone any of the comments made by
They
Roger.
can fix the Fox streams because the Fox streams are always screwed up.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. But so hold tight. So you're probably going to see something this summer about this new service that's going to come out. Not that any of us on the panel that buy it, but it could happen. One thing here, we saw this thing. So if you know somebody that's looking to buy one of the high-end Samsung TVs, I want to say it's the Nano. If you know someone that's looking to buy one of those if you know someone that's
go ahead. Yeah.
If you're looking for someone to one of those Neo, here it is, the Neo. And the frame, that's one of, because actually I had someone that actually mentioned about the frame. If you know someone or you are looking to buy one of these new TVs, you need to look into, if you pre-order one of those TVs, they're actually giving people a free TV. Aubyns, what was the free part of this?
You're buying the higher end one and they're just giving you the free one.
Yeah, a 65-inch free.
Yeah, 65-inch. They're giving you.
Yeah, so retails at $450. It is an older model, but you're talking about a free 65-inch TV. Stick that in the garage.
In the basement for the kids, you know?
Yeah. So
Samsung makes a good product.
Yeah.
It's
not a bad. I mean, again, if you're looking to buy one of those new TVs, and again, they're
$2,000 starting at, I think.
So I mean, it's if you're looking to get one of those, be sure to check out about finding pre-order, because if you're going to buy one anyways, I mean, get in there and get you a free 65-inch. Shit, if you got the free 65-inch and then sold it on Marketplace, still in the box.
Yeah,
I mean, get you $350 for it, still in the box.
You get more than that, I think.
Well, I'm just saying you can turn it pretty quick.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can turn it quick. Yeah.
You know, if you said, "Hey, still in the box," I ain't even opened the damn thing. Here, $350, $400, and you could probably turn it. So, that was something we saw that was kind of a pop-up this deal. The other thing is Amazon Prime. There's some Amazon products that have did a little spring sale. They have a sale fucking every other month, but there is some. If you're looking to get one of their Amazon devices, even after all the bad press that some of the Fire devices have gotten over the last few weeks from people, if you're looking to get one of those things, there is some deals to be had out there on some of that stuff.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And for 90% of the consumers out there, a Fire Stick will do everything they need it to do.
Yeah, most of them. Yep.
If you don't want to do any emulation, a Fire Stick's going to handle what you need done.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, the 4K stick for most of the people I know works fine. If the Max works even better, just a little snappier. But if you're a person that's going to want to side load a bunch of stuff, or you're wanting to do different launchers, that's where they've really locked down. Yeah. Is the future of them locking it down even more? It's possible. But again, Larry, so what's the price here? Hold on a second. A 4K stick here.
Under 40
$31.
bucks.
$31.
31.
$31. So when somebody has a fit about, oh my God, they're locking us down. How much did you pay for the thing?
Mm-hmm.
You're paying 30, 40 bucks for a device, and you used it for a while, and they locked it down and made it less.
Yeah.
And they put some commercials on the front page.
On the
Oh,
front
you
page.
poor bastard. You
Yeah.
can't hit the home button.
That's all you gotta do. Really, when people freaked out about
Yeah.
it, Roger, I was like, what happens? And I hit the home button.
Mm-hmm.
The home. And guess what?
Yeah.
The ad went
Here's
away.
your home
Yeah,
screen.
anyway. Yeah.
I'm like, and there are people who are like, I'm getting rid of this because of that. I'm like, well, if that's all you got to complain about, because that's pretty easy. I mean, and yes, they do have the banner, but everything has that now. The ad.
They weren't there in the day when you had 17 hoops to jump through to do the same thing
Yep.
that stick does.
That's right.
Yeah. So invest more time, and you won't have those ads.
Well, that's why my go-to 4K Max 2nd gen is locked down. I have a launcher on there. It never gets another ad update from Amazon.
Yep.
And I'm never gonna lose my custom home screen.
And Dave,
Custom
what
launcher.
how long did that take you to set up? 12 minutes, maybe?
To do that?
Yeah,
Yeah, less than that. Yeah,
exactly.
probably less than that.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, but again, most people
You got to know how.
are lazy.
Yeah.
Most people like
Friends
it's way too
only
hard.
let friends buy shields. Okay.
Right.
So, but again, if you're looking to get something, if you're in the market for get some of these devices, it is a sale. So if you're going to buy it anyways, you might as well save a little bit of money. If that's not your thing and you want to, it's too much money, then hey, don't worry about it. One thing before we go into player pass, what runs?
What run?
This was I didn't have the chance to throw the ad up the intro. So this was for Aubyns player side of the week. Side of the week. So what is what's run, Aubyns?
What's run is an extension that you can run in Chrome that will allow you to get all the information you need about a web page. I didn't get to play with it too much because I was been busy, but someone told me about this one. I said, "Oh, okay, I'll throw it up here for everyone. Might want to check it out." So you can go to the Chrome the Chrome store there for your extensions, and you can grab what runs is the name of it.
So it actually shows you what font a website is using, some of the plugins that it's using. So if you like a particular website, you're like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
I guess this
You can grab it all.
extension would kind of give you an idea of like how they did it, what they're doing to be able to make the website look and behave like it behaves.
Mhm.
So if you're looking to build a website and you're wanting to check out, so this is what runs.
What runs?
I want to throw two S's in there. So what runs? All right, let's go ahead and crank us up into the player pass section.
Okay.
Well,
did we have anything else from anyone else for this here? I don't think so.
We're not going to need a full hour for this next part.
Yeah, we're not.
I've got lots of good things to say about this particular next movie. Our movie section. All right, here we go. Let's get cranking, boys. I hit the wrong button.
Right.
I did
Yeah.
the long one.
Do we want to take care of the movie for next week?
Yeah, we can go ahead and spin
Or is
that.
that-
and-
yeah.
Go ahead and spin that.
Just on
All
the
right.
bottom, everyone knows that these are the movies. Do you want to read them off, Todd? Or
Yeah, we got Rustin. We got Damsel, Poor Things, One Life, Swiss Army Man, The Book of Clarence. Yeah, and that is our 6 movies that are
you
options.
said One Life, right?
Huh? One Life.
You
Yep.
said One Life. Okay.
Yep. So those are our 6 options, and we'll spin the wheel, and we'll be forced to watch one of these blockbusting piece of shit next week. And I some of them I hope we get so I can understand them. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let's see what we have to watch for next week. And then we did this last week. That's why we had to watch this beautiful classic of Color Purple musical.
Oh, Damsel.
Oh,
Damsel. Okay.
what was that again? That
Come on.
was
Let's go.
Andrew?
Millie Bobby Brown. That was Andrew's pick.
Oh,
All right. Let's see here. Let me pull that up real quick so you guys see it. Is it SEO?
SEL.
Yes.
This movie just got dropped. This dropped digitally, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So, I know Blue watched it, so I guess I'll watch it again. I'll watch it with her, and she'll watch it with me and give me the rundown because I
Oh,
probably
you don't want to join us again?
yeah, Thursday I might join you. Yeah, I might join you. So that is
That is fun. You get a different perspective of a movie.
You do. So, all right, let's go cranking on the movie we got to watch this week, which was the Color Purple musical. So, folks on the side, play or pass. This we're going to talk about it. We give us your thoughts and your opinions of the movie, what you thought of it, and we're going to give you what our thoughts and opinions of this classic movie.
I picked it. And the reason I picked it was, first of all, we did the original on the panel, very kind of towards the beginning of Player Pass. It was a Blue thing. So when this came out, I was just curious, and I knew it was a musical, and I wanted to see what it was like, and I watched it, and I did not enjoy it. And when I was done, I was like, why was this thing made? And I just thought the acting was not that great. Although I will say I thought Fantasia did a good job and her singing was good. But the rest of the actors, I think that the actress who played Sophia was kind of over the top with her character. The biggest problem I had is there was no way, even though it's a separate movie and it's an adaptation of the musical The Color Purple, since I'm a fan of the original, there is no way I could watch it and not compare it with the original movie. That was the biggest problem. And as I'm watching it, I'm trying to keep an open mind, and it just was like, I can't. And I've watched this thing 3 times. And why? Just because I hated it the first time, give it a second chance. And then last night, Amazon forced me to watch it a 3rd time, which I canceled my Amazon Prime today.
Did you?
Due to that, those bastards.
You didn't cancel it, did you?
Do you want to see my email?
Oh, man.
I will show you the email.
Oh, geez.
So I mean, just the songs weren't good. The only thing that I said that I thought they did a better job was when Celie left and, she's going to Memphis with Suge, and put her hand out like she's cursing Mister, until you do right by me, nothing you do. In this one, when they go out and they're having to burn his crops for the 3rd time, you kind of see his descent from being a successful farmer to now his fields are going bad. He's drinking more. He's becoming drunk. So to try and break the spell, that's why censor. So I will say, I thought they did a better job, expanding that aspect of the movie to it. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Did not enjoy it.
Yeah, my thing is why? Why is this movie? Why does this movie exist? And I understand that it's an adaptation of the Broadway play, but my answer to that is why does the Broadway play exist? Because why do you want to sing about rape and oppression and make songs, happy songs about the themes of this movie? This movie's about bad stuff. It's not about singing and dancing. There's except for the very end, there's not any good things that happen in The Color Purple. It's a bunch of oppression, a bunch of mistreatment, and I don't see why you make that into a musical in the first place, other than it was an Oscar winner, and they said, "Hey, I could grab some cash if I did this." So,
yeah. Well, and again, we know how the Academy loves a musical. I mean, every Oscar season, if you make a musical, damn, the Academy's like, oh, it's squirting all over it. It's like, oh, it's so great. No, it wasn't.
And the singing was all good. I thought everybody sang really well, from the little Chloe Bailey, I think that's her name, to Fantasia. They all hit all their notes, but the songs were how do you make a song about what the subject matter is that they're dealing with? I just didn't like it. And had I shut it off when I wasn't watching it in VR. I made it 5 minutes in the movie and shut it off, and I really didn't think I was going to be here today to talk about this movie because I didn't think I was going to watch it. So then I went into VR and watched it with some friends that are also on this panel, and I was able to make it through it. And it's not that I hated the movie, because I didn't hate it, but I just don't understand why it exists. So yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's a hard one for me.
Okay. For me, it's a musical. I said, when I was going into this movie, I said, okay, I'm not going to compare it to the film. I'm going to compare it to a musical. So I'm saying my gold standard on a musical is, what is it? West Side Story. West Side Story, they made another reprint in 2021, and I hated it because my gold standard was the original in 1969. So I said, this one, I started off looking at it, and I'm saying, well, I've heard so much bad mouthing about it. I said, maybe I'm not going to like it. Maybe I'm going to do like Roger in 10 minutes or 2 minutes and 59 seconds, turn it off. But as soon as it opened up and I seen, Coleman Diago, coming in on a horse playing the banjo, he was only playing a few notes, but they were all blue notes. So I'm going into it, and then about maybe 15 minutes later on, I said, well, maybe they're right. I should turn it off. Until finally, when, I seen Coleman Diago's son, he builds this house on the end of the wharf. And he said, well, he said to him, he says, well, we could, grow rice here. Yeah, okay. But if it doesn't work, I'm building it for my wife. If it doesn't work, I'll turn it into a juke. I said, oh, my lights opened up. I said, okay.
That's what I said. Eddie's going to like this movie. Yeah. I said that in VR, didn't I, boys?
Yeah. So what happened, what I liked about it is as soon as it turned into a juke, it was like at the opening, it was like a flash of a National Steel guitar. But who I saw playing it, I blew me away. I had to stop it 3 times and go back to try to see who it was. And I found out who it was. It was Kevin Moore. Kevin Moore is a blues guitarist I love. And also in this movie, there was another one. There's John Baptiste. He was playing the piano. He was the husband of what's her name? He was playing the piano. Yeah, he was playing the piano in this. So this blew me away. So yeah, there he is. There's the man. And when I saw this, I said, "This I really like." The singing I love, and I found out at the end that the musical score was done by Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And Kevin Moe was a music consultant. But this movie, there was some bad points in it I didn't really like, but and all in all, I'd say 90% I loved it. And I didn't compare it to the original. I went into it as a musical, not as a movie, comparing to the original movie. So that's me.
Okay. I voted that I like this movie, but if I were to do it as of would I recommend this to anyone, I really can't say that I would do that. So
unless it was Eddie,
yeah, unless it were Eddie,
because he loves music,
and I would have sent it to Eddie to watch anyhow, but otherwise I would have to say no. I couldn't recommend it to anyone, but I did like it when the movie started. When we started the movie, I gotta say it wasn't even 3 minutes we made it. I don't think we got that far because I think it took 3 minutes to even get to where it said The Color Purple. So maybe a minute and a half.
It's a rough minute and a half. It's hard to watch.
Hey, the movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and Aubyns bitched about the movie for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah. After I found out that it's not a remake of the Color Purple movie, it's a remake of the Color Purple musical. So now I had to change my brain and act like I've never seen the movie before. And luckily enough, we had Willa in there with us last night, and she was her first time, and Quick also, right? They never saw the movie before, which we'll be taking care of, and they'll be watching that in big screen because that's a must. That everyone
100%
should know this movie, and I need to get this one out of my brain, so I gotta clean my brain and rewatch the original. But closing my eyes and saying, this is a musical, and I have to say, I was trying to hate it, but I found myself more and more liking a lot of different things in the movie, of the acting in the movie. Not that the acting was good, but where the story was going. There were things that I wish were there that weren't. Like, I think my biggest pet peeve was when, what's her name? The girl who could sing there. Suge. When Suge comes out of the juke joint, and in the movie where we were like ready to see that great song of going back to the church to her father and singing, and not getting that then.
Was it God's Got a Plan for You?
At all.
Yeah. God's Got a Plan for You or something song.
Yeah, and not having that, I just ruined the movie for me. That completely ruined that. But eventually she was in there with her father again late in the movie, and I thought that was a wrong time for it. And I also thought it was wrong for them to show Mr. Showing him taking the mail that early. Mm-hmm. I thought that's something else that like wrong time for us to see that. But all in all, there were a lot of scenes where the photography was great that I really liked. That tree in the end, I love that tree. I'm a guy who's into trees, and that one really meant a lot.
Aubyns loves his wood.
Yep.
There was a lot of jokes when he was saying that there was so many things.
Yeah,
like,
I know,
oh,
but hey,
I can go so wrong with this.
all of my servers' names are trees. So if you haven't noticed that,
Yeah.
All right, so the original is probably in the original Color Purple in the top 20, maybe in the top 15 movies of all times for me. The original, I mean, just a gold standard of a movie.
Yeah.
The reason it won a bunch of Oscars.
Yeah, but again, there's things that win Oscars that I don't like.
Right.
The Color Purple, the original Color Purple, beautiful movie, beautifully done. I laughed, I cried, I had reflection, I thought of things in a different way. It opens up your mind on a lot of things. Why we take a gold standard classic movie and say, we can redo it. We're going to do this with it. I don't like it when they redo this because I feel like now we're tainting what was already perfect. You're not going to make it no better. You're only going to make it worse. And so to me, it's a bit of a money grab. It's like when Disney pushes The Little Mermaid for the 15th time. Guess what? It's a money grab because they already know they're going to get the people to watch it because of the name. They know they don't have to pay for a new script. So it's like it's just a way to cash in for more money instead of trying to take a chance on something original. There was so many points of this movie, and I watched it with Blue, who Color Purple's probably in her top 10, if not top 5 movies of all times for her.
right?
She was cringing through so many parts. Like, why'd they leave that out? Why did they not do this? And I told her, kind of like what you guys said, we need to go into this with a mindset that this isn't the same movie. It's a totally different thing.
Right.
But it's hard when I've seen The Color Purple 10 times, 15 times that I've probably seen it. So I know the story. And when they leave parts out, it bothered me. And I'm like, and as Aubyns, I think you said it when they talk about God's got a plan for me, and and Suge is walking down the road, and the choir is singing.
Yeah,
she's singing, and remember the girl in the choir was going to sing us like a solo, her part.
Right.
And Suge's voice is so loud and so strong that she actually got quiet because she could hear Suge's voice coming in. I'm like, where's that in this movie? You know what you got for that? You got 3 damn verses of God's got a plan for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you something.
God's trying to tell me something. Thank you, honey. So, hey, am I lying? Am I dying? Am I lying?
100%.
Okay.
There were so many things that were
Okay.
missing.
You got to be closer so I can hear you.
There were so many parts that were missing out of it. It was just like, if I felt like they took all the best parts and then they just threw a song in where that part was. Just throwing a song in the parts that weren't as dramatic or as great. Like that is one of my all-time favorite scenes in any movie.
Yeah.
When she's into the church with that.
Hey,
I mean, how many children?
As long as Blue said, "Damn you, Beach, for making me watch this shit," I'll be a happy
Dave
man.
says, as long as you said, "Damn you, Beach, for making me watch this shit." As long as you said that.
Okay, the thing is, I didn't not like it. I get, if I can try to pretend like I put the other one out of my mind, then it was okay. Like but it just, I don't know.
You can't block the other one.
Seen The Color
Yeah.
Purple.
Dave says you can't block the other one.
I could see you liking it if you'd never seen the original. But now, if you have seen it and you liked it, go watch the original.
Yeah. So, her point, and there was so many points. The songs in her and I were watching it. I felt like a lot of times the words in the songs,
it didn't even rhyme.
There was no rhyme to them, and also it felt like they just were tossed. The words were tossed in there. To me, it was just, again, thank you, Sandra, for Sandy, for saying God's trying to tell me something. That was the song. Gave me chills whenever I watch that movie. And I've seen the movie. Every time I see that scene, I get chills. I had no chills.
Can I say one more little thing that made me sad? Is that there's a part where Sophia her and Squeak are having their little confrontation at the juke joint, and the Squeak slaps her in the face, and Sophia bunches up her fist, and then you see the guy with the guitar puts his guitar away, and the guy with the piano puts the piano thing down. He's like, "Gotta go." It was hilarious because you know what's coming. They didn't have that.
They didn't have that. I know.
Yeah. The guy said, it was like, got to go.
Gotta go.
And it was like there was so many of those funny parts that were missing in this. And yes, Sandy says most of the songs were from the musical. And again,
still
if they're pulling the musical, and but the gold standard is that movie. And I see people talk about forgiveness. 100%. That's what that movie's about. But
you gotta watch the original.
There were so many parts that was in the original that made me love the original. I mean, love. I didn't have those.
Sorry, I got one more.
Oh,
You show is ugly. That wasn't in there.
That wasn't in there.
Another classic point of that movie was not even in this part, which
she got called ugly twice.
Yeah, she got called ugly twice. That was when Mister when she was leaving, he says, "You ugly." But again, to me, those were iconic points of the original movie.
And when
but you know what? Maybe it's better off that they didn't do them, because those are such iconic lines that we'll always remember them. I wouldn't have wanted to have to hear someone else say them and really put more disgust to me over them trying to do it.
So he's saying
those.
What Aubyns says is that those were iconic points in the movie, and that they didn't want somebody else reading those parts to make them to tarnish them.
No, they should have kept them in.
Yeah,
keep them in and keep the music. Do them both.
There were so many points, and again, I understand it's a musical, and I'm not a musical person. Musicals are not my passion for sure, but there are musicals that are done well.
What was it?
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Oh, yeah, Hamilton. Phenomenal. Beautiful movie. Yeah. But again, with this, when you have a bar that's set like this,
don't touch it.
Leave it alone, because when you come in with anything less, guess what? You fell short. And that's when I'm looking at this movie, the bar is set so high that why try to make it as good? Because if you fall short, it's fall way short. So I don't know. To me, yeah. Well, hey, so yeah, she could hear me from the other room.
What I'll have to do is when Wicked gets released, I'll have to put that on the wheel. So that's another musical we'll have to watch.
I'd rather.
But what I take when I look at a movie, I'll give you an example. I went to see Hair in the theater, and then I went to see not in the theater, as a play. I seen Hair as a play. Then when the movie Hair came out, I didn't like it because I compared myself to the play. So what I said in this movie, I said, okay, a play has certain parameters. A musical has certain parameters. A film has certain parameters. So when you classify it, you don't try to refer it back to either a play or the movie. I say I'm classifying this as a musical. Is it a musical that I like? Yes, I did. For what reasons? For the reasons I give you. There was another person in there, Lou Gossett Jr. was in there, a very small tippet, but I classified it as a musical. I didn't say, okay, well, this was in the original. It should have been in a musical. No, I'm just classifying as a musical.
Well, I will still say they should have made Danny Glover play Old Mister.
Yeah,
that would have been a better casting than Lou. Although I didn't mind Lou Gossett Jr., but I just think as a payback to the original, since Whoopi was in there, they easily could have had Danny Glover playing Old Mister.
Yeah.
Lou Gossett Jr. is picking up all those roles that Scatman Crothers used to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Can't hear you.
Time to vote.
I know.
Dabs can't hear him.
I know. Dabs, can you hear us?
You hit your thing again, Dabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blue
Yeah,
broke
you-
his mic.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing.
No.
All right, let's go ahead.
Go ahead, he said.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got everyone else though, right? Yeah.
Yep.
This is the part of the show where we would do a vote. First, was that Dabs back?
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're
Yeah.
back. Go ahead.
All right, so here we're going to go vote. So in the side chat, you guys post play or pass. Play means you would recommend this to a friend or family. Pass means you would recommend this to an enemy. And we will run through the panel, and we'll let each of us give our opinion on a play or pass. And you guys will, so I'll go ahead and start posting these things. So let's roll. Dub Beach, play or pass.
Pass.
All right, Eddie, what do you think? Play or pass for The Color Purple?
It's a play for me.
A play. All right. Roger, play or
After-
pass?
After I shut it off 5 minutes in and thought I was never going to watch it again, I did end up watching it. I didn't hate it, but I do not know anyone I could recommend this movie to. So in that case, it's a pass for me.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Aubyns, what do you think? Play or pass?
It's difficult for me because I hate to give it a pass.
Lacey
when
and Andrew
when
just
I liked
showed
it.
up.
Yeah, finally he shows
Yeah,
up.
I'll have you know, your clocks went forward, didn't they? So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Daylight
sorry.
savings time got you.
Oh,
I've not long been in one from work.
Oh,
you're still at work. Oh,
No,
Oh,
I'm home now. But,
he's
okay.
not home. He hasn't been home long.
I think
So-
that's why I missed an hour of it last night. I'm joined at-
okay. Oh,
Because you said 6 p.m. your time, so I was like, oh, that's 11 p.m. my time, but it's not. It's 10.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When's
Sorry
your
about
daylight
that.
savings time at the end of the
Yeah.
month?
Yeah, end of the month.
Yeah, ours
We'll be
just
back.
changed.
Back normal service will resume.
Okay.
That messes me up.
By the way, Andrew, your Damsel 1. That's the movie to watch next week.
Oh, nice one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Andrew, what was your thoughts on this particular movie? Because
Well, like I said, I watched it in the VR room with you guys, and I got there an hour late, so I missed the first point of it. But from what I watched, from then on, it was it's I don't know. I was listening to you guys talk about the old one, the original,
Mhm.
and then I was watching this, and I was thinking to myself, I'm probably gonna have to watch the original to see, because I thought the story for this was good, but the singing, I thought there was, I don't know, I didn't mind, I kind of understood singing goes all right in this movie, in parts, but it just some of the songs, I don't know, some of it didn't make sense, and the placement of them was a bit weird, but it seemed a little bit all over the place. But I can imagine that if I'd watched the original one just for the story, I probably would enjoy it. But I don't know with this one, it was just felt a little bit all over. But I did like some of the acting, and in general, I did like the story.
So would you give it a play or a pass on if you just had to give a vote?
I'm already onto the voting stage.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm miles behind. I'm probably gonna have to say pass because I can just imagine that the original is probably a lot better than this, and I would probably, if I was going to recommend it, I probably would have to recommend the original. But obviously, I'm going to have to watch that first.
Yeah.
But I can just tell from the story of this one that I probably would enjoy the original one.
The original is fabulous, Andrew, and you should watch it.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
Well, like I said, when they come out with Scarface, the
Yeah,
musical,
the musical.
I'm picking that. So you have to go back and watch the original.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, Aubyns.
I was saying, yeah. I'll have to give it. I'm gonna give it the play. I can't give it the play. I gotta
You
give
already
it a
did.
play.
And you already
Yeah.
gave it a play in Telegram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're pulling an Eddie.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. You're gonna be.
Yeah.
And hey, who
No,
gets called out on that
make-
shit?
Make it the play. Make it a play.
All right.
That's what I originally, thought of it. I think I will have to watch it again to really nitpick more, maybe, or actually go at it really with a completely closed mind.
You gotta go in with Eddie's mind.
Yeah, because because when I did shut my brain off, it made the movie made some sense to me, but the music is never going to make any sense.
No,
you know.
I can't get past the cash grabbiness of it all.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to make this musical. There's no
Right.
reason to make this Broadway play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Everything they do now is a play. Everything is turned into a play, and it's just like it annoys me so much.
This definitely feels like a money grab, and
Yeah.
obviously at the end when we're talking about it, and everyone was playing like the trailers and behind the scenes and stuff,
Mhm.
and Oprah Winfrey's on about talking about what it meant to her and things like that, and then like some of the advertisements it was saying a bold new take on the classic or something like that, and I was thinking, all right, so that's how they're spinning it. It's just a bold new take. It's not a money grab. It's
A bold new take.
but yeah.
It had the exact
AKA money
same
grab.
story. It wasn't a bold new take. It was the same story. It's,
It was just new actors.
Yeah.
New songs. All right, I give it a pass. Again, the original to me is what it is. I'll never watch this again. I would never, even if I did think "Hell No" was a good song. "Hell No" was probably the best song in it. I don't know if I like the "Hell No" or the way the ladies were bobbing their heads like around. The song and that song was probably the best song in the whole thing. So what do we got
on the side here? We have, what is it, 4 plays?
Yeah,
1,
so if you taking
2.
the 4 plays on the side chat and add those,
yeah.
it makes the vote 7 plays against 8.
And there's
passes.
another one, another play here from Troop.
So that's a pass.
Pass. I'm sorry. That's pass. I'm sorry.
So that would make it 9 to
1
7 pass.
Okay, and
what was it? What about
What was it?
Telegram?
Checking right
That's
now.
what I'm
The
saying.
bloodbath.
There's three
Yes.
plays in Telegram. There's 4
Yes.
plays in the side chat, so that's 7 plays.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
And with
Yeah.
Troopers pass, there's 8 passes in Telegram in that pass, so it makes it 9 passes to 7 plays.
All right. Well, jury has spoken.
Yeah.
Those sounds were.
Been a while since we heard that one.
I know it. To be honest, there's been a lot of that we've passed or played that actually was a play, and they were like really close. So, yeah, I do like how this had conversation though. It does make me look at this movie a little bit differently. I don't hate it as much as I did, but I still don't like it.
I think it's very hard to do it like for a remake to be successful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As I said last night, I can deal with musicals. Like my favorite would be, Phantom of the Opera, and I can watch that, 80 different ways because there are so many different versions of it. That's something that's been playing since 1913, and I love it every way I've seen it. But this is, they're taking a movie and making a musical out of it, where Phantom of the Opera was a musical anyhow, in any which way you look at it.
All right. So our group, and I know that we've had it was a close vote. It's a close vote for a pass. So, but just barely squeaked out to a pass. But so if you like musicals, some people might really like this. So at this part of the show, we're going to go ahead and open it up for any TV shows, recommendations, things that you've seen that you would want to recommend to other people that you're like, hey, you need to check this out. We'll kind of touch on older movies that may have been passed on the wheel. If it's older movies you guys want to mention, because there are a number of movies that could have been a recommendation that have passed in time. So, all right, boys, let's go. What do you want to think?
Well, I watched this last week a show that I watched the first episode for a year ago and then forgot to watch the rest of it, called Outer Range. I know you've watched it too, Todd.
Yep.
And
weird.
God, it's weird. It was really good sci-fi. I enjoyed it a lot. I turned Dave onto it. He liked it a lot. The new season will drop next month, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, this is a mind. It's like
I describe it as Yellowstone meets the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So if you like Yellowstone, the TV series, with some Twilight Zone kind of weird stuff tossed in it, then it's be pretty good.
It's well done. It's well acted.
Yes.
The scenes are really frickin' pretty. The outside scenes, because Wyoming's beautiful, you know. It's good. It's good. It's intriguing.
Yeah. And if you like that, then I sort of watch. I'm 2 episodes into that 3-body problem.
Yeah, this just
Some of them. Which one? You're talking about the one that just dropped.
Yeah.
There was another one, I think, from last year. Because I have 2 of them.
I'm talking the one that just dropped, the one he's showing right now.
Yeah. The other one's called 3 Bodies, I think. But not 3 Bodies Problem. I think it's just called 3 Bodies.
No, I think it's
the one with Stephen Bauer or Bear from the.
Maybe I don't know. I didn't watch it yet.
Okay.
So this is has 8 episodes dropped on this beach?
Yes. They're all in the can.
They're all
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are subtitles in so many episodes.
Okay.
You just lost Todd.
No, I don't mind sometimes, as long as I don't have to read all of it. But I'm slowly having to deal with that because we're watching more of
a lot of it. Yeah.
Well, Shogun.
Yeah.
Shogun, you got to read fucking 80% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, the few times that he mumbled, that Blackburn or whatever his name is, he'll mumble a couple things, and that's in English. But everything else, you're reading. So, but again, Shogun, this show I am enjoying it. Beautifully done. I mean, the costumes, the sets, beautifully done. And I'm enjoying it now. The only thing that Blue hates about it is she does hate that Cosmo. She does hate this guy. She says he mumbles too much. So, but not a bad TV show for sure. And The Gentleman, if you like, if you like the movie The Gentleman, this is that same flavor, different characters, or not. I want to say same premise. Just different storylines and stuff, but
they're talking about making a second season, eh?
Oh yeah, I can see this. I mean, it's snappy. It's that again. I watched the movie with my daughter just last week, and she had never seen it, and so we watched it, and she was like, "This is a good movie." I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is one of my classics, not just because of Matthew."
Because of Matthew.
Matthew.
What's it? Is he coming up in anything soon? I feel like I haven't seen him in anything for ages.
I have not seen him in anything.
There was something I thought he was working on.
Him and Woody are getting ready to do something that's supposed to rival the first season of
the
True Detective.
True Detective.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that because I like both of those guys a lot.
was gonna say anything with those two in, it's gonna be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody into the regime?
We
Yeah.
watched it.
It's growing on us. That's our.
Yeah.
The three of us have been watching it every Sunday night in VR.
Yeah. I
So-
finally got to watch it, and the third one, and I felt better than the second.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
it is growing on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first episode's really hard to watch, and
Yeah.
you'll leave it with like, what the fuck
What
did I
the
just
fuck?
watch?
Yeah.
Yep.
And second one, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of get it.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've said before because Todd just scrolled by it.
What?
If you like a stupid comedy, the completely made up adventures of Dick Turpin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my son told me that I needed to watch that. My son said you need to see that. He says that.
Yeah, if you
He
like
says-
stupid humor stuff, it's right up that alley.
Yeah.
There it is, right on the right, far right. The guy
Yeah.
on the horse.
Oh, okay. He's a comedian from. What's he in? Oh God, he's in something. He's in something weird. Oh, he was.
Noel
Phil
Fielding.
Fielding. Yeah, he's actually quite funny.
Yeah, but
It's like he's done a
Dick
bunch of
Turpin.
voiceover stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if you
I
like
forgot he
stupid
hosts
humor.
the British Bake Off now. I forgot all about that.
Right. What about the new Walking Dead? Any of you guys sat down and watched
I watched
any of
Not a
that?
chance in hell.
I haven't
the
watched
first
it yet.
episode. I watched the first episode and haven't got back to it.
Mm.
I don't think
And
I
then-
finished Dead City.
The what?
I don't think I finished Dead City. I'm not sure though.
I didn't either. I got I think 3 episodes in the Dead City.
I think I might have nearly watched all of
We
it
left-
except for
we-
maybe.
We laughed our ass off at the other week episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
With the Captain billboard sign.
Yeah.
Holy crap, we laughed our asses off. That's what we do Sunday night. Me, Roger, and Aubyns. We get in VR at 8:30, watch the recap of the regime, watch the new episode, and right after the regime, we go into Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, it is so funny.
I actually watched the first episode of Curb last night.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're
That-
slowly. Roger wasn't a fan of it, but I think we're slowly converting him.
Yeah, converting them.
I still find Larry David annoying as all get.
Well, that's why.
He's
that's his whole
annoying, but
thing.
annoyingly funny.
Yeah.
Blue doesn't like it because she says it just makes her feel uncomfortable. She goes, he's
Roger.
uncomfortable and she goes, I feel uncomfortable.
Roger, go.
Oh my
go.
God.
When you're bored the next time and you want to watch something, go to Curb Your Enthusiasm, season 8, episode 5, Palestinian Chicken.
I will. I'll watch it.
Oh man, that one was so funny. Oh.
Well, the new X-Men is out, and any of you guys
Yeah.
watched the new X-Men?
No, not yet.
I have not.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, I know. Blue, I thought she was watching the new one, but she was actually watching the old one. She's
It was the old one she was watching.
Yeah, well, the original. Yeah, the original animated.
No, I thought that she watched
No,
the
She told me she had to rewatch the old one.
the old
before
one.
she started
Okay.
it.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right. It is a new
That's how she
series.
rolls.
That's how she rolls. Is right.
Got to go all the way back.
Watch the whole
And then-
thing.
Come on through. So, yeah, I'm like, no, I'm downstairs when that's on.
On her TV, right?
Yeah.
Our
Their
TVs,
TV
whatever.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
enter that Samsung drawing and get a new TV.
Yeah.
Here you go, honey. Early anniversary present.
Yeah, she gets the 65-inch freebie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me see what other movies have Roadhouse, which was that on our list? Is that on our list?
No.
We did
I don't
talk
think
about
it
that
is.
last night.
All right. Well, it'll get put up. I'm sure someone will make us try to watch that. Madam Web. I don't even think that's going to make the list.
Ugh.
That is horrid. Horrid. Again, Blue and I, when we go into watching this, and we're both looking at it from our own point of views. Me more of a male, her more female, and even her, she's like, oh my God. I mean, the acting was bad. The script was bad. The whole, some of the action scenes, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, it is, I know that some guys hate on women movies. This is reality. And they'll hate on it because it's empowering women or it's focused on women, all women's cast, and people hate on it. So when I went into this, I'm like, oh, let's see what this is about. It's pretty much women's cast. Horrible. I mean, her acting couldn't have been more cardboard than what it was.
I don't think she's a very good actress to begin with.
It's not good. It is not.
Her mom and dad aren't very good actors and actresses. They're just pretty people.
Well, Blue said she watched something that she did, a British show or movie, just previous, and she said she did a marvelous job in that. And I'm like, well, in the Gray, 50 Shades of Grey, she wasn't that good.
Yeah, she was bad.
No. And then she says, well, she goes, I hated her in 50 Shades, but I loved her in whatever movie she did recently. And then she goes, but fuck, here's this movie. She goes, and here's this terrible. I mean, so many parts. It was like cardboard acting. It was just
Russell D here says he likes To Help Me Todd. I like that show also. Todd, I know I've asked you to watch it.
I haven't watched it yet. You think I would watch it with my namesake?
Your own name in it, yeah.
It's doing good.
It is.
I've never seen an episode of it either, Todd.
I've watched it. I've watched it all. I like it.
Yeah, while you're on movies, I watched that Bob Marley One Love.
Yes.
It wasn't bad. What I didn't like, it's one of those where they back and forth with the timeline a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, why can't they just, starts out when he's a young kid, show the progression. Why you don't have to be 10 years old in 5 minutes of the scene, then you're in your 30s, then you're going back there like 14, and then so it's just so 10. Number 10 Colorado just took down number 7 Florida.
Ooh,
very good.
Well, good. I only had them for winning one game, so that's okay.
Yeah, well, the one I'm really watching now is number 13 Yale is leading Auburn, number 4 Auburn. 77-74 with 32 seconds.
Oh, nice.
So,
shit. I might have had Auburn win in a couple games.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Auburn's going to have to win.
I had him win in a couple games. Yeah.
Red is saying Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that just released today.
I was going to say, is that out?
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Oh. I'd seen commercials for it.
I keep seeing bad reviews for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the last one got a lot of bad reviews, and I just loved it.
Yeah, the last one, the Afterlife.
Yeah, the last one wasn't bad.
Yeah, we liked it.
Has this just dropped?
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll have to check that out. Again, Afterlife was great, but my son said he watched this Ricky Stinky. And this was another. He said this was another great. He said it was great.
I started watching it, fell asleep watching it, but it's not the movie's fault. I didn't start it until 4:30 in the morning. But it had some laughs in it. What I saw.
Okay, all right. Well, that's on my list to watch.
Yeah, me too.
I was trying to look through some of the newer, some movies have been out for a little while. Yeah, none of those.
Oh, trust me, I can tell you a bunch of bad ones to avoid.
Stay away. I did try Argyle. I went downstairs after about 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Blue was watching it, but I like after about 15 minutes, it was just confusing. And I don't know. I can't give 100% because I didn't really watch. I was kind of watching it, and it was just not hitting me. And I'm like, I'm going downstairs.
I just thought there's another show I started called Palm Royale. It's got Kristen Wiig in it. It's a period piece set in the 60s about Palm Beach country club life, and she is so sexy in it. I don't remember Kristen Wiig being really pretty on Saturday Night Live, but man, is she pretty in this one. It's obviously, look, it's got a lot of famous people. Cara Burnett, who, spoiler alert, she doesn't have any lines in it.
Right.
Allison Janney, but Ricky Martin. It's good.
All right, guys. It's 7:00. Let's get out of here because we got. Hey, what's going on? What's sporting going on? Yep.
We have tonight. Today is the Bellator Champ Series in Iron. That's over right now. Then there was
BKFC is over.
That started at 4. Tomorrow we have UFC fight night. Hebas against Namajunas. Main card starts at 10. The prelims are at 7:00 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
He missed a free throw. Wow. I'm sorry.
I'll
mute myself.
There's a PFL tomorrow also, and a couple other things that we'll do in big screen. All right.
And then, of course, you got NCAA tournaments all this weekend.
NCAA, I don't look at any of that stuff.
Sporting my colors.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. To be honest, I do care about my brackets in a halfway, but I only care about one way. As long as UNC keeps winning, which they look good yesterday. And watch out for State, North Carolina State. Watch out for that team. So all right, anything you gotta say before we go? We got Eddie. Anything you gotta say?
Yeah. When are we going to see the musical of Player Pass?
Never.
Yeah, good show.
Play pass, it bites me in the ass. We want to roll up and smoke some grass.
See, we know who's gonna write the music.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say before we go, Beach?
No, I hope I like Damsel better than I did The Color Purple. If not, I'm blaming Andrew.
Okay. Andrew, anything you want to say before we head out of here?
He's not there.
Andrew. He's on mute.
He got back to work.
Yeah. Kids are getting him. Roger.
Thanks for the invite, and screw you, Dave, for picking this movie.
Damn right.
Thanks for everyone coming out.
There we go. Number 13 takes down number 4, Auburn.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
78-76.
Wow.
I'm looking on my.
Oh, well.
I'm having to look here for. Yeah. This hasn't updated. My brackets haven't updated. Oh, Lordy. Okay. All right.
Canada.
Yeah. Well. All right. Thanks for you guys watching. Thanks for you guys helping on the panel, joining us and hanging out. So, I guess we'll do next week's show. We'll see what happens over the next week for Streaming Player Pass. Streaming Matters. It's kind of like now we're kind of mixed them all together. So, hey, Streaming matters to us because Streaming matters to you.